evening, and welcome to News 13 at 10. I'm Jerry Brown.
And I'm Amy Hoyt. It's a phrase that graces our money and other government logos, but those 4 words are the center of a debate tonight. In God We Trust isn't new, but putting those words on the back of a patrol car is.
Sheriff Frank McKeithen recently placed "In God We Trust" bumper stickers on all Sheriff's Office vehicles, which led to a protest and counter-protest this afternoon. News 13's Tiffany Jackson was there as residents took to the streets with their own message. She joins us tonight. Tiffany?
Jerry, it was obvious that the majority of the people outside the Bay County Sheriff's Office were in support of, or on the supportive side, I should say. But many of them said the support was not necessarily for the bumper stickers, but for Sheriff McKeithen. People for and against the "In God We Trust" bumper stickers displayed on all Bay County patrol cars lined up on Highway 77 Friday afternoon. There were only around a dozen people protesting and well over 150 supporting, but protesters say even though they are small, they know their voice was heard.
We'd like to remind Sheriff McKeithen that the Sheriff's Office is a public institution that's not to be used for political or religious agendas.
Elias, who chose not to share his last name, organized the protest. One supporter says the sheriff's decision comforts him.
We have a sheriff that is strongly committed not only to his faith, but to the community. And the faith is what makes him what he is.
While the controversy continues in the community, especially on social media, Elias believes he has a compromise.
What I'd like to see is really no representation of religious beliefs whatsoever. A second best would be to cover up the current stickers with coexist stickers. And I think that would be a suitable alternative that would represent all equally.
But according to Sheriff McKeithen himself, it doesn't look like there is any sign of the bumper stickers coming down anytime soon.
And I've never done too many things that I didn't get a little negativity about. But on the other hand, I feel like it's the right thing to do, and we did it.
Now, Sheriff McKeithen actually did come out today during the rally to thank his supporters, and many counties across the Panhandle are following the sheriff's lead, adding "In God We Trust" bumper stickers to their patrol cars as well.
Tiffany Jackson tonight, thank you. Another recent decision by Sheriff McKeithen was to place deputies outside the military recruiting offices on 23rd Street. It started with extra check-ins by deputies, and with more available manpower, Sheriff McKeithen has placed a deputy on duty at the location during business hours. He believes it's more of a sense of security for the people there, not only the recruiting offices, but also the number of businesses that occupy the shopping center. I asked him about it today during a one-on-one interview.
I chose to do this. Panama City Police has been by there doing some things, but, I mean, why shouldn't we do this? And it's just like I said earlier. I mean, when you have a horrible event like this, and inevitably there's a copycat, and I think we should be there and should try to deter things, just like the copycat thing last night that happened. I mean, and some of us get so deep in the sand that we say it can never happen in Panama City. You're wrong. It can happen anywhere.
The sheriff's decision to place a patrolman outside the military offices here follows the shooting of 5 Marines in Chattanooga, Tennessee last week. The Sheriff McKeithen says the military should be able to protect themselves while doing their job on the homeland, but until that time, he will step in and help.
The loss of a pet can be like Luke.
The truth of the matter is, if you take the acknowledgement of something that made us human beings, and you erase that, then what happens is people have no direction. There's nothing wrong with "In God We Trust," which basically says is that we don't know what's going to be happening tomorrow, and so we have to rely on our Maker. But the truth of the matter is, the Sheriff's Department ain't done anything about these goddamn fucking boom car punk motherfuckers, which under 3015 of Florida statutes, it's their duty to arrest them motherfuckers. I, Jimbikeman, have been thrown in jail 2003, and then 2011, and then 24 2014, I had charges put on me because I tried to get the cops to do something about these American enemy boom car punk motherfuckers. I find it kind of awful hypocritical. He's going to put these "In God We Trust" signs on his cars, but at the same time, when a citizen, all they were trying to do was to protect the emergency fire department people, trying to protect their fellow citizens from being able to be able to rest in their home, be able to get good sleep in their home. Sheriff's Department put a summons out on me, and if I had not answered the summons, they would have had me arrested and thrown in jail, which was a conspiracy along with the Panama City idiot motherfucking clown department, Panama City, Florida, where there was a piece of shit motherfucker cop who put charges on me. And June 15, 2015, after 6 months of being put through pure hell, not knowing what the hell's going to happen, I'm robbed of a jury trial. I find it awfully hypocritical. They don't do anything about arresting these TV stations that put on shows that show violence, that shows homosexuality, that shows soaps where there's never a happy moment. They don't, for some reason, there's a laissez-faire attitude on that. Oh, let's look the other way on that. Oh, gee whiz, we might get sued by the rich television station, TV station. Oh, it's okay to have violent video games. It's okay to have magazines, books. There's even a bitch by the name of Agatha Christie that put out a fucking book series called How to Get Away with Murder. And they had a show on TV, How to Get Away with Murder, on ABC. I don't know how much more of a stronger sentence that you can get for a fucking crime than that. Hey, they didn't do a motherfucking thing about that. But here I am, all I'm trying to do, I'm trying to live in peace in my fucking home. And they would rather protect these American enemy boom car punk motherfuckers that destroy peaceful Americans' rights to live in peace, even though 3015 of the Florida statute demands that the Sheriff's Department arrest these motherfuckers. They can also call out a posse of citizens and force them under the threat of jail to arrest these motherfucking American enemy boom car punk motherfuckers. So the truth of the matter is, in God we trust. So somebody, even in the Bible, Psalms 35:20 of the Bible specifically states, "For there are those in the Old Testament who lay in wait and ensnare the peaceful of the land." And if that wasn't what the fuck was going on, there used to be hundreds of boom cars going up and down the road. I was lucky if I could get 2 hours worth of sleep. And then that was awful rough because you never knew when one of them boom cars was going to go by and rob you of your sleep again. Which I'm sure the cops liked. It was very convenient for the cops because, hey, have two people, you ask anybody, hey, turn down your system, you got an enemy for life. That's right. Automatically, you're going to be automatically suspected of being a snitch. If the cops are ever called. That's right. So they know that if somebody asks somebody with noise, either a stereo system, which is a home theater system with subwoofer in there, or in a car or something like that. And I never heard of road rage before these boom cars came around. So the truth of the matter is, not only that, the cops, here's the felonies of these boom car punks, okay? First of all, the cops, they swear an oath under 876 of the Florida statutes to support and defend the Florida Constitution. The Florida Constitution, Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. Chapter 14 of the Florida statute is duty of Governor Rick Scott to arrest, call out the military on these punks that are going up and down these roads, these American enemies, as defined under 876 of the Florida statutes. So it's been very convenient. Cops and boom cars have been partners in crime for about 20 years. God knows how many people. Poor Michael Dunn. Hey, he was just going to Jacksonville for his son's wedding from Satellite Beach, Florida. He asked the boom car punk motherfucker, Jordan Davis, piece of shit gangster motherfucker, hey, you mind turning down your stereo? He's at the gate gas station. 1 minute changed his motherfucking life, and he'll never get out of jail for the rest of his life because the boom car punk motherfucker, not only did he turn up the stereo to put Michael Dunn in torment, pulled out a fucking gun on him. Well, Michael Dunn happened to be somebody who had a concealed weapons permit, which means he went out of his way and probably was very well trained. So he responded to a death threat. And because this punk motherfucker had all kinds of people, low-life motherfuckers, defending him, poor Michael Dunn is in jail possibly for the rest of his life. That's right. Not only that, he is not even in the Department of Corrections website. They lost him forever. I called up the Department of Corrections. They said, for the safety of the people, I don't know what the fuck they said, but we can't tell you where he's at. So anyway, this is Jimbikeman here. I'm far from perfect, but what I believe is when I know things are wrong, it is my duty to open my mouth. Our Maker gave us the easiest way for us to signal that something is wrong. Open our mouth. That's all we got to do. It's the gutsy people who change this world, not the good people. A good person just fucking twiddles their thumbs and that's it.